Hi everyone. So we visited White Cliffs, a small village in the Selwyn district in the Canterbury region in the South Island of New Zealand. And we visited Kirsty Abrams. And Kirsty had her very first Qigong class under 4 years ago, and she had quite a profound healing effect from the relaxation she found from just her very first classes. Kirsty lives on the farm here with her husband, her son Lachlan, beautiful veggie garden, and her many pets. So keep an eye out for Harry the kitten, who was always around. Here's Kirsty's story.
So I was just in a lot of pain all the time, and I was also quite stressed, and really I couldn't relax. Like my body was just so tense and felt like concrete. It was it was really hard to get out of bed. Like I'd wake up in the morning and my husband would kind of have to roll me over and push me out of bed and stand me up so that I could get out of bed. And then I'd stand there for a bit, and then I'd start my day. And it was just that feeling of it's quite hard to describe now because I'm so the opposite of it, but it was so tense, and so just my body was just, not flexible at all. So a few years ago, I was quite sick with endometriosis, and I had tried lots and lots of different things to try and help, because they just said that this was something I just had to live with. It wasn't something that I could cure. It was just something I had to manage. And so I was trying lots of different things, lots of counselling, I started working with people who'd done tapping, that sort of thing. And it was then that someone suggested to me I tried Qigong, and I'd never heard of it before. So I went home and I Googled Qigong to find out what it was about, and it happened that there was a teacher about 10 minutes down the road from me. I went and had a class, and it was just, I just felt so nice afterwards. I felt like my body was just so relaxed. What really stood out for me was afterwards I could move so freely. And I felt like running, and I felt like it was just amazing. My whole body was just so light and relaxed. And I thought, wow, I've not had that for such a long time. Yeah, I remember in one of the retreats I went to in Rotorua, Yuan shook my hand, and then there was just from his hand to mine, right up my arm and in through my whole body, there's this feeling of, I don't know what it was, and then afterwards everyone was going, wow, you look so bright and you're glowing. And it was, so I can experience it in so many different ways. I can feel it sometimes when there's clearings, when I've had a lot in my stomach and in my pelvis area with clearing all of the information from the endometriosis, and that just clears. I'm quite a different person. I am so much more calmer. Things don't bother me as much now. I can connect with nature a lot more. I notice that a bee will fly past and I will see that bee has a big thing now, as opposed to a tiny little insect just flying past. I can see the fluff on the bee, and I can see the eyes, and I can see it's amazing to think that I used to just ignore all of those little things like flies or moths or and looking at the birds. I look at birds in such a different way now. It's interesting to think about how all of that stuff was happening before, But now I really notice the little things about animals and about plants, and how I can see that there is such a bigger picture. There's so many different solutions to anything. Like, there might be one problem, you might think, oh, this is really bothering me, and be stuck in that thing. But understanding that there is so many possibilities of how this thing can go.